Yeah, that's right, baby. The Minnesota Vikings, my Minnesota Vikings, are 4-0 at the quarter mark of the NFL season. Listen, from the beginning of this year, I had no expectations because I know what they were doing. Get a rookie quarterback on a rookie scale contract, get a lot of older players with higher salaries off the books, and have a lot of cap space. Next year, we have tons of cap space. And also, our first round pick is ours too, so we can do whatever we want. And when JJ went down in the preseason, when JJ McCarthy went down in the preseason, I was like, okay, we have a free year, whatever. Actually, be bad, so maybe the draft pick is get a little higher, and maybe we can get a defensive tackle or a high end cornerback. And so and then we got Sam Darnold. So I'm like, oh, whatever, I mean, he'll play better because he has better weapons, but I don't know how good we'll be. Man, I did not see this coming. 4-0. And let me tell you about some balance, okay? Let me tell you about some real balance. The Minnesota Vikings have a top 5 scoring offense and also a top 5 scoring defense. Brian Flores, what he's doing with this defense is amazing. Van Ginkel, he got Jonathan Grenard, you got Bynum in the secondary. You got Harrison Smith as well. You got Stephon Gilmore, who's not himself. His great prime, and like as he does in his prime, he won Defensive Player of the Year. He's not that guy, but he's a very savvy veteran man. And we got Harrison Phillips on the defensive line. We got Patrick Jones, who's getting tons of sacks already. The Minnesota Vikings also lead the league in touchdown passes on offense, Sam Darnold, and they lead the league on defense in interceptions. That's balance. Aaron Jones running the football. We finally got a fucking running back who falls forward and gives defenders punishment instead of just taking on the punishment. Our offensive line, dare I fucking say it, is playing decent They're playing good football. Better than decent. I don't know what this is. I don't know how this turns out right now. But right now, I'm all in. I'm all in. Hey man, you can call me what you want to call me a homer. You can get on these comments one day and talk crazy about me if this shit goes south from right here. I don't care. I'm all in. I am all in. Listen, dog, I got done telling you at the beginning of this video, I had no expectations. I was just watching the games to see what was going to happen. Man, offensively, we got Justin Jefferson, Jets, Jordan Addison, who just came back this week, Jalen Naylor. We got a third wide receiver. Jalen Naylor is out there balling, bro. And listen, we still don't have TJ Hawkinson back yet, coming off the ACL. Now, we play the Jets this week, and what was it, in Europe, I believe. It's an overseas game. I don't remember exactly where it's at. It's an overseas game. And their field is always flunky. So I don't expect Hawkinson to play. He's been cleared to practice. The window of letting him practice have opened. So don't play with that. Do not play with that. Let that game go by. I forget we have after that, man, but just TJ Hawkinson is gonna come back at some point. You gotta get to get his footing under us. But he's a top 3, top 5 tight end in the NFL. And Sam Darnold, I gotta say, man, you have surprised me. Honestly, you have surprised me. Listen. He's always going to make plays during the game that kind of confuses you. It's kind of like, okay, I don't know what this guy's doing. But that's most of the quarterbacks in the NFL. Everybody makes a play or two a game where it's kind of like, I don't know what this guy's saying. Only the special ones, their mistakes you can kind of see, but, they don't make brain fart mistakes, what Sam Darnold does sometimes. But, hey, you live with the good. You take the good, you got to live with the bad. And he's getting more confident. I believe, listen, man. I believe in the second half he was thinking too much instead of just playing. That's what I thought when I was watching the game. But we've beaten the San Francisco 49ers, Houston Texans, and the Green Bay Packers. In all three of those games, we were whooping their asses. The scores didn't. The Texan score was a blowout, but the scores in the rest of the games didn't. So it's a 60-minute game. You gotta play 60 minutes, guys. I was so thoroughly disappointed in the second half. Was I nervous that the Packers were gonna win that game? No. I was disappointed because Brian Flores went into a cover 2 shell, which we all know the Ed Donatel nightmares we had when he just played the shell defense. In the second half of Sunday's game, it's like Brian Flores did that. He never really does that, so it was kind of weird. They kind of backed off in the second half. Kevin O'Connell offensive play calling wasn't aggressive in the second half until we needed points. And yeah, man, we've dominated 3 of the teams in the league that people thought were, I believe, there are still Super Bowl contenders. We've been beating their asses. We were up 28-0 in this game against the Packers. On the road, by the way. 28-0 against the Packers. Shout out to Sam Darnold, man. Right now, currently, I don't give a fuck what happens at the end of the season. I'm saying right now, first 4 games of the season. We've only seen 4 games. We've seen 4 games be played. Right now, he's an MVP candidate. You cannot dismiss it. This team is the only undefeated team in the NFC. 4-0. Played 4 games. He won 4 games. Is all you can do, baby. We got the Jets next. Aaron Rodgers ain't looking like Aaron Rodgers. Hey, man, I see another victory coming. But we'll talk about that later in the week. Vikings 4-0. Number 1 in the NFC. I believe the best team in the league right now. The best team in the league right now. Fuck what anybody else say. The Vikings. Skull. Peace, man. See y'all next time.